Ugh, this is so frustrating. I am trying to watch a simple video and it has stopped for the fifth time in 10 minutes.
What is the problem, Mark? Are you having trouble with your laptop?
The laptop is fine. It is the internet connection. It is incredibly slow this afternoon. The video just keeps buffering. I see that little spinning circle more than the actual video.
I know what you mean. I was just trying to scroll through some photos on my phone, and they are taking forever to load. I think the Wi-Fi signal is very weak today.
It is not just today. It seems to be getting worse every week. For a modern apartment in Vienna, you would expect a fast and reliable internet connection. This is not good enough.
I agree. It has been particularly bad this afternoon. At first, I thought it was just my phone. But if you are having problems with your laptop too, then it must be a problem with the Wi-Fi network itself.
It has to be. I just did a speed test and the download speed is terrible. It is barely 1 megabit per second. We are paying for a connection that should be 50 times faster than that.
That is a huge difference between what we pay for and what we are getting. It is impossible to do anything online with a speed that slow. You cannot stream videos, you cannot have a video call, you cannot even load a simple web page properly.
Exactly. I am trying to relax on a Friday afternoon, and this is just making me more stressed. What do you think we should do? Should we call our internet provider to complain?
We could do that, but you know what they will ask us first. They will ask us if we have tried to fix it ourselves. So we should probably try a few simple things before we spend an hour on the phone with customer service.
That is a very good point. You are always so logical. So, what is the classic first step in solving any technology problem?
You know the famous question. It is the first rule of IT support. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Of course, the classic solution. It is a cliché, but it is a cliché for a reason. It is amazing how often that simple action actually works.
It really is. It solves about 50% of all tech problems, I think. So let's try it with our Wi-Fi router. We should restart it and see if that improves the signal strength.
Okay, I will do it. I am not an IT expert, but I think I can handle turning something off and on again.
I have full confidence in you. So, first, you need to find the router. Where do we keep it in this apartment? I have not actually seen it for a long time.
I know where it is. It is in the living room behind the television cabinet. It is not in a very convenient place. I have to move the cabinet a little to reach the power cable.
Okay, be careful. Just unplug the power cord from the back of the router. Do not just turn it off at the wall. You need to unplug the device itself.
I have unplugged it. The little green lights have all gone off. Now what? Do I plug it back in immediately?
No, you should wait for at least 30 seconds or even a full minute. This gives the router enough time to fully power down, cool off, and clear its short-term memory. That is why restarting often fixes problems. It is like giving the router a fresh start.
A fresh start. I like that.
I think I need a fresh start myself after this stressful week. Okay, it has been a minute now. I am plugging it back in.
Great. Now we have to be patient again. It will take a few minutes for the router to fully restart, establish a connection to the internet, and start broadcasting the Wi-Fi signal again.
I can see the lights are coming back on. There is a power light, and another light is flashing, the one with the little globe symbol. I think that means it is connecting to the internet.
Yes, that is right. We should wait until all the lights are solid green. That usually means the connection is stable and ready. My phone is trying to reconnect to the Wi-Fi network now.
Mine too. Okay, I am connected again. Now for the big test. I am going to try to play my video again. Let's see if our simple fix has worked.
I have my fingers crossed. How is it looking? Is the video playing smoothly now?
It is a little bit better. It is not buffering as much as before, but the video quality is still quite low and it is not perfect. I think restarting the router helped a little, but it has not solved the underlying problem.
That is a shame. I was hoping that would be an easy fix. Okay, on to the next troubleshooting step. You mentioned the router is behind the television cabinet.
Yes, it is on the floor, tucked away in the corner behind the TV. I put it there because it is quite ugly, and I did not want to see all the flashing lights.
I understand that, but that is a very bad place for a Wi-Fi router. The position of your router is one of the most important factors for a strong and stable signal.
Really? I did not think it made such a big difference. I thought as long as it was on, it would work the same everywhere.
No, it makes a huge difference. A Wi-Fi signal is a radio wave, and it can be blocked by physical objects. Hiding your router behind a large piece of furniture, like a TV cabinet, is like trying to have a conversation with someone while you are standing behind a closed door.
So the furniture is blocking the signal. And it is also next to the TV and all the other electronic devices. Is that also a problem?
Yes, other electronic devices can cause interference, which can weaken the signal. The ideal place for a router is in a central location in your home, as high up as possible, and in an open space with no walls or large objects around it.
A central, high, and open location. Our router is in the exact opposite of that. It is in a corner, low on the floor, and hidden. I think we need to move it.
I definitely think we should. What about putting it on top of that tall bookshelf over there? That is a much more central location in the apartment, and it is nice and high.
That is a perfect spot for it. The only problem is that the power and internet cables might not be long enough to reach. Let me just check. Okay, it looks like the cables are just long enough if I move them a little.
Great. Let's do it. Let's move the router to its new, happy home on top of the bookshelf. It might not look as neat, but I would prefer a strong internet connection to a perfectly hidden router.
I completely agree. Function over fashion. Okay, I have placed it on top of the bookshelf. It has a much better view of the apartment from up there. Let's test the connection again.
Let me just check the signal strength on my phone. Wow, look, I have full bars now. Before, I only had 1 or 2 bars. Let's try your video again.
Okay, here we go. It is loading instantly. And look, the video quality is in high definition now. And it is playing perfectly, with no buffering at all. Sarah, you are a genius.
I am not a genius. It is just a little bit of basic technology knowledge. But I am very glad it worked. It is amazing what a difference a simple change of location can make, isn't it?
It is a night and day difference. I cannot believe we have had the router in the wrong place for all these years. Think of all the frustrating, slow internet we have experienced because of that.
Well, now we know better. There are other things that can affect the signal too. Sometimes if you have too many devices connected to the Wi-Fi at the same time, it can slow everything down.
That makes sense. We both have our laptops, our phones, and our tablets. That is a lot of devices. I have also heard that your neighbor's Wi-Fi networks can cause interference. Is that true?
Yes, that can also be a problem, especially in an apartment building where there are many different Wi-Fi signals all competing with each other in the same space.
So, what can you do about that? You cannot ask your neighbors to turn off their internet.
No, but you can sometimes change the channel that your Wi-Fi router uses to find a less crowded one. That is a more advanced trick, though. If we still had problems, another option would be to buy a Wi-Fi extender.
A Wi-Fi extender? What is that?
It is a small device that you plug into a power outlet in a room where the signal is weak. It picks up the original Wi-Fi signal and boosts it, extending the coverage to other parts of the house. But for now, I think our problem is solved.
I agree. The connection is perfect now. I can finally watch my video in peace. Thank you so much for your help, Sarah. Your calm, step-by-step troubleshooting process was so much better than just getting angry at the computer. You should work in IT support.